is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Wednesday! You're looking live. Tostitos Championship Plaza outside the Ford Center Star in Frisco, 75 degrees. Man.
Ooh, nice.
High of only 81. Low of 55 degrees, man. It's getting to be football weather. How you fellas doing today? How's it going? How are we feeling? We good?
Feeling good.
Doing great.
Rocking this thing, man. Come on, baby. NFC East today, baby. Let's go.
Welcome to the show, Nate Newton.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. Boy, once again, you're sharp as a tack, boy, and don't sit down. You may hurt yourself. Yes, sir.
Nate standing.
Yes, sir, man. Hey,
we're not
I'm
gonna
tell you,
stop
sometime with the old hip flare, you better stand up like Ric Flair, baby.
Are you going to have this much energy at 7 o'clock tonight?
Oh, yes, sir. What we got on tonight?
Tony Casillas.
Oh, yeah.
You guys used to battle back in the day?
Tony won the battle, man.
No?
He won the battle. You know, he conceded when he left Atlanta. Big New, don't roll over on me, Big New.
Did you Baker Mayfield him and just one arm him to the ground?
Brother, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something about Big New when he played, man. I'm not a guy that brags. I'm very humble. You know that I'm humble. Have y'all ever heard me just talking about how great I was?
Never.
You know.
On air?
Because evidently I was.
On air or off air? I like this Nate today. Nate, this third person Nate. He going third person today.
I heard it.
Hey, man, I'm loving y'all.
He must have been hanging out with Dion this
let's
week.
Calm down. What's the word you used yesterday about this show?
Structured.
Okay, let me get structured.
The most structured and most searched podcast on YouTube on the Dallas Cowboys podcast network.
Definitely not most structured.
2 weeks in a row.
You don't think so?
They searched this show with the G and without the G. That's how popular we are. They don't even know how to spell it, and they want to see it.
They want it.
They want it.
They want that cup talk.
All right, Nate. That was so funny. Cups, stumps. The stump is what got me yesterday. That's what broke me down.
1, 2.
So,
right up
Nate,
in there.
I know you're excited today because we get to talk about your favorite player in the NFL.
Cups yesterday.
Right now.
Cock today. Fletcher Cox.
Oh.
Cox.
Fletcher Cox.
It's with an X.
Fletcher Cox.
That's not what you said the first time.
Cox.
No, that's not what you said.
Fletcher Cox.
You
How do you
didn't put
say
an X
it?
on it. It ain't you don't say it the way you said it the first time.
Fletcher Cox.
There you go. That's
Fletcher Cox. Cups yesterday, Cox today.
Go back and listen to the
Fletcher
show.
Cox.
Nate.
We're talking about Cooper Cup or Fletcher Cox, all right?
You hear Chris? He needs a dump button for this show.
Can I run that as the title of today's show?
What?
Cups today or Cups yesterday?
Yeah.
As long as you spell it right. You don't spell it like Jesse said it.
Yeah.
It's my Jersey accent sometimes. You know, you got that Louisiana twang.
Okay, let's go.
Let's
go.
So where are we going today with this?
Fletcher Cox.
Structured, man.
He's 30. He's an old man. He ain't got no juice left, does he, Nate?
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Should we still fear him?
And Javon Hargraves. I'm pronouncing that right, correct? Number 97.
Mm-hmm. Is it Hargrove? Is that his name?
Hargrove or Hargrave? Hargrave. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I started looking at this film yesterday, and I couldn't get into it. So I got here early and got into Douglas Barraclough office, and I just started looking at the film because it's just first time we just look at it, just see who jumps out at us, man. And I'm looking, but I always go to number 91 first to see if he still had it against Atlanta. They double teamed him, and this Hargrave kid just kept number 97. He's the guy that's getting single block, and he's taking advantage of it. You know how we always talk about, hey, man, DeMarcus Lawrence getting double teamed. Well, who's going to come? This number 97. Mm-hmm. What we need to do, I think, is kind of do what the 49ers did and kind of what Atlanta did, they took number 91 out of the game early. They double-teamed him run, and they double-teamed him and pass. And as I'm still looking at the game, they're still doing this.
So Fletcher Cox.
The Fletcher Cox. But then number 97, you got to be weary of him. You got to be weary because when he would get upfield quick, especially versus the pass. And I'm looking at this film, he's had a couple of hits in the backfield. But what's amazing is I'm learning, Jesse, and maybe you've seen it too, and I don't know if you guys getting on this film work, Kurt and the Beard, but number 58, Avery, Patrick Johnson, 48, number 50, Eric Wilson, and it's another linebacker. They just have a plethora of linebackers that they play in different situations, whether it's nickel, whether it's whether it's a run situation. They got just a variation of guys they'll run through there, and all of them. But Wilson is your cover guy, and 49, I think, is your other cover guy, along with 57. They just got a plethora of linebackers that make plays. This is what amazed me about them. On the road or at home, and it's been 2 games, they've given up 11 and 6 points. So they ain't giving up nothing. They giving up big yardage. You can hit them between the 20s. But in the red zone, they ain't giving up nothing. They ain't giving up nothing. And you may see something different, Jesse, but they ain't giving up nothing. They tackling well. Darius Slay back there on the back end. They have a few other guys back there on the back end. But just a little bit of film I've watched up to this point, they don't look bad. They don't look bad. Like I said, between the 20s, you can gash them. But when you get up on the other side of that 20, they seem to tighten up. And it's only 2-game sample.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It ain't nothing to get too excited about. Jesse may have a different opinion.
What are the corners like, Jesse?
Well, you got big play Slay. You already know what he's going to be, right? Yeah. He's going to be up in your face, press guy. He's going to be one of the better corners that you have in the league. I don't know if they're going to do any type of shadow, any type of thing like that where they move him around. We don't know what Amari Cooper's going to be, if he's going to be 100%. But this is going to be a guy, and we've seen Darius Slay for many years. When he was over in Detroit, we've seen him and him and Dez have some matchups. So he's going to be what you want in. The thing about this Philadelphia Eagles defense is they want to get pressure up front.
Yes.
With their front 4. Mm-hmm. That's how they want to get down. They lost one of their big-time playmakers and Brandon Graham.
Yes.
He's out for the year. But this kid, Sweat.
Montez?
Josh.
Number 94, right?
Josh.
Yeah, number 94.
The defensive end. They just paid him some new money. They just extended his contract. He's going to be one of the guys that maybe not everybody going to talk about Fletcher Cox and what he's going to do, and Derek Barnett. It's right here. You guys got to just look. If you just look right across that line, that line right there. It's right there where it says DEA.
All right.
Derek Barnett has a show.
Oh, okay.
Sweat.
All right.
Sweat.
I never even heard of this guy.
Yeah. See, and that's the part that you don't want our team to be.
I didn't know there was 2 Sweats in the league.
There is 2 Sweats in the league.
All right.
Yes. But they want to get pressure up front. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be another test for our offensive line. You came up and you played big against Joey Bosa and that crew. The difference between playing Joey Bosa and playing a Philadelphia Eagles front is you can't just target one dude. Mm-hmm. You can't just say, okay, we're going to just help here, because what you're going to have now is you're going to have your Derek Barnett, you're going to have your Josh Sweats. I've always been a huge fan of Ryan Kerrigan, and Ryan Kerrigan has always been a thorn on our side.
He's a cowboy killer.
When he was in Washington for all those years, he is always his motor. He goes all day, every day. He's always been a thorn on the Cowboys side.
He's like Santana Moss.
Yes, yes.
If he's gonna have a game, he's gonna save it.
It's gonna be for the Cowboys, and then of course you got here's one of the reasons why you want to keep a guy like Zach Martin on the inside for Fletcher Cox. He's going to be that's going to be one of those matchups all game long where you're going to need when he's lined up over the center, you're going to need a little help from the old Prezi.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When they're going to move him all around that front to try to create those matchups. And when you look at how the Cowboys, if they're going to continue on the path they went last week, a lot of what they're going to do is going to run the ball to the right-hand side. Yeah. So they're going to have to be able to sustain that front. Philadelphia wants to get the pressure up front and wants to play solid. They don't have any – Darius Slay can be a playmaker, but outside of Darius Slay, they don't have very many guys that we should be afraid of in the secondary. But
their other corners aren't that
No, I'm not saying that they're not. They're good, solid players, but it's not like we're going up against the Jalen Ramsey or anyone that's notable enough to be like, man, let's stay away from this guy.
Right.
It's Darius Slay and some other guys. They're decent, they're average guys, but they aren't anything that's spectacular. We should have the advantage again in the passing game. The biggest thing is going to be, can our offensive line for the second straight week keep Dak Prescott upright and clean?
The Hargrave kid, the matchup is going to be when he goes single on Williams, our left guard. That's going to be the matchup because whenever Fletcher Cox get over there, they're going to double. But the key we got, the one key we got, as he spoke on it, is the president can block Fletcher Cox by himself. We got the one antidote that he come up in here in the White House, the president gonna serve him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the one. So we can get formations and things that dictate that he stays over the president. Then we can go single block everywhere else.
How do we dictate where he lines up?
Just by formation, the strength, and that's what I ain't figured out. Does he go to the strong side and let Hargrave press from the backside always, or does he just flip depending on what defense they're calling? So that's the key. If we can get this thing lined up and we can get one-on-one blocking all the way across, the one weak link we have is at the left guard. Mm-hmm. So, but if we can keep him coming off the backside, because I know the president can physically block him. He ain't going to win every battle, but it's going to be a dogfight. Now we got Sweat one-on-one with our right tackle.
Steele.
Okay, I'm with you, Jesse. I'm with you. Don't let your confidence of you battle the dog, let some of that leak over. Don't get overconfident because Sweat is quick. He lightning fast, and his strength is the pass rush. Don't get overconfident, but just know you can block him. Know you can block him, and we should be all right. We should be all right. Now, if they've given up 120 yards, 112 yards against the 49ers rushing, 127 against this team.
So you can run on them?
You can run on them, but it's between the 20s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's an open. It's the red zone where they tighten up at. And like I said, I haven't finished watching the film all the way, but
guess what we were really good at last week?
Yeah, goal to go was pretty good. I just feel like this right here. This is an East game.
Don't
you got to put your hard head.
Don't give it away yet.
No, give away what?
The outcome. We got 2 more days.
Y'all talking to Nate. Now, don't y'all give it away. It's already a foregone conclusion with Nate. So, I mean.
It's on his shirt, let's be honest.
Do you not outside of the days you got to go do TV, when don't you have a Cowboy shirt on?
This is me, man.
Do you wear it outside the building, like out in public?
Oh, yeah. People are like, man, the Cowboys.
Well, no wonder people bother you all the time. You're advertising. You like, hey, I'm 6 foot. How tall are you? 6'3"?
6 foot fat.
Can we get a
3 foot wide?
Can we get a tracker? Can we get a tracker from one of our loyal listeners and watchers of this show? Can we get a tracker?
How often he does not wear Cowboys gear? It'd be a lot easier to count.
Let's do that. How often he does not have on a Cowboy shirt or some sort of Cowboy paraphernalia.
I got the shoes on that I got a couple of years ago. Only thing I got on is not. I got on some.
You look good.
Now I got a
socks.
question. The question is that because it's Cowboys gear or is that because it's free gear?
Well, it's both. It's both. It's both, bro. But I'm telling you, man. I am telling you, the Cowboys should have no problem with these guys. And the reason
tackles
I'm saying,
have been a problem in the past.
But no. The reason I'm saying we shouldn't have a problem with them, Kurt, the reason I'm saying this is we've played, I think, our 2 games on a higher level. Our defense has seen, and I'm not going to talk about Jalen. I'll wait till tomorrow. But our defense has seen better. Especially, we've seen better.
Right.
And it forces you to play at a higher level. And that's what Coach Johnson always told us, like, we practice at a higher level than some teams play at. So, but our team in the last 2 weeks have played at a higher level than what this team has played. We should our level of play should outdo them. And now all we got to do is play smart. Don't get the bad penalties. You know, the pre-snap penalties. Don't get that stupid penalty that like I saw right here. They threw a 60 or 70-yard bomb and didn't get nothing out of it. I'm talking about the Eagles. They didn't get nothing. I mean, nothing. Not even 3. So if we stay away from that, offensively, we got this. Just maintain. This one time, if your offensive line just maintain who you are and keep the quarterback clean, or just give the running back a crease, we are better than them. Our skill position players, even Darius Slay can't touch our number 19 if he ain't gonna even play. He got cracked ribs. Ooh.
So last week,
I ain't think about that. I better slow down.
Hang on, Kurt.
Okay.
Hold that thought. Let's go to our first break.
Whoa, I better slow down, huh?
When we come back,
we better come back and think about
we'll
this.
let Kurt finish his sentence, and then we will talk Cowboys offense. And then the third segment, we will go to Kurt's Corner when we come back on Hangin' with the Boys.
Honey, big news.
Gary, are you okay?
Oh, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm Jackie Flash.
What?
See, I want the latest smartphone, but the best deals are only for new customers. So, to get a new customer deal, I changed my name to Jackie Flash.
Okay, but the best smartphone deals at AT&T are for everyone, new and existing customers.
That's huge. Then guess who's getting a deal?
Is it Jackie Flash?
Jackie Flash.
It's not complicated. At AT&T, our best smartphone deals are for everyone. Restrictions apply. Visit att.com for details.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
How great would it be to travel to watch the Cowboys win on another team's turf? Pretty great. But honestly, just watching the game from anywhere but your house would be fun. Even a hotel bar with some guy named Phil from St. Louis who thinks Oakland still has a team. So whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the show. Kurt Daniels, Shannon Gross, Nate Newton, Jesse Holly.
You got the read?
I got the read right here, I think. Hang on.
Yeah, why we always got to wait on your reads, Mr. Structure?
I always forget.
Mr. Structure.
You know what? Email notifications. Let's talk about email. Stay in the know on all things Dallas Cowboys. Sign up for email notification for exclusive offers, Cowboys events, and so much more. Sign up via email at dallascowboys.com/subscribe. And I forgot, and I don't know how I could forget. This is terrible because we have a very special guest. Chris, I hope we have an extra set of headphones in here to welcome him to the show. The last segment will be Danny McCray one of the contestants on Survivor this season.
Yeah.
Our own Danny McCray, former teammate of Jesse Holly,
Yep.
works upstairs in our runs all of our youth football camps and is on the Players Lounge, the show right after ours with Newey Scruggs and Barry Church. So stick around. We're going to talk Survivor and maybe some good old days talk with him and Jesse. So, all right, Kurt, what were you saying before I cut you off?
Well, I'm actually going to go in a different direction, if that's all right. 'Cause
Yeah,
we were talking
absolutely.
about it in the break, and Nate, you mentioned maybe you better rethink this. But if Amari, I mean, they got one really solid corner and a couple of guys that aren't bad. If Amari can't go, or if he's limited, you're already out. You're already out Gallup.
Let's go, Sid.
How is that going to affect? How do we approach this now?
See, then and Jesse will speak on it a little bit more. Then you have to prove to them that CeeDee is what we say CeeDee is.
Yeah.
Well, what I've been saying since training camp. A guy and now he has to be what Jesse needs for him to be CeeDee Lamb. He has to be very consistent, no drops.
So who are your guys? CeeDee, Sid, and Noah?
Noah, yeah.
Is that your?
All of a sudden,
you become an average passing corps.
All of a sudden, that 17-point victory I was thinking about kind of shrinks a little bit. Might shrink down to 1 point.
And the reason being is because Amari is so superior at what he does.
Yeah.
You have CeeDee, who is really good at what he does.
Right.
So now when you take this out, when you take Amari out, you start talking about, I'm looking now at where is Amari compared not to CeeDee, but to Cedric and to Noah.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that
big gap.
That's a country mile to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a country mile to me because now CeeDee goes into that spot where there's still a little bit of advantage. So now you're going from CeeDee and what you need from CeeDee to these rest of these guys now have to come up. Not saying that they can't play, but it doesn't give the same. Because now I can just say, you know what, Darius Slay, you follow everywhere 88 goes, and we just going to double this other side of the ball. And now we're going to make
better still. You go where you go. You double CeeDee.
Or you can double
CeeDee and go where. And put him on the second best guy. That what Deion used to do. Say, you know what? Let's put me on the second guy, and let's double this great guy, and you take the guy way out of the game.
Take them both out.
Take them both out. So we hope y'all ain't that smart in Philadelphia.
We hope that Amari plays.
Well, even if he does,
but at least we didn't get the we screwed call.
Right? No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Because I mean, we're
still Wednesday.
We're totally speculating because Amari could be out there practicing now with just bruised ribs. Have you heard any different?
They're doing a walkthrough now. So.
Yeah, I haven't heard. We won't get official reports till tomorrow, I think.
Yeah,
but I don't know, Kurt. You came up with something here.
Even if he's bruised ribs, I mean, he's not like you said in the break. I mean, you can't function hardly with messed up
Why did they
ribs.
put this guy on the?
Well, I will say
this.
this:
Put this guy questionable.
Who?
There's nothing that you can do when you got.
Go ahead on.
Oh, when you got bruised ribs, right? There's no.
I mean, yeah. He goes
But
up
on
high,
game, on game day,
it's a different matter.
They got some good drugs.
Cowboys president Jerry Jones expressed uncertainty about Cooper's ribs availability for Monday's game against the Eagles, but he's hopeful the star wideout will be ready to play.
Where did you get that?
It's off ESPN.
Todd Archer of ESPN.com reports, I do not know today. I am hopeful those ribs can get comfortable enough for him to play by the weekend, but I don't know. Jones said Tuesday during his radio appearance on 105.3.
The Fan.
The Fan.
Our flagship
Now,
station.
they've mentioned a dude here that I don't even know why he on the list. What's the Ty?
Nseki?
I ain't trying to learn his last name, y'all. I'm letting you know that. That's a Dunterrio. That's a Dunterrio to me. Okay. I'm letting you know right up.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I think, they got a plan for, ribs again. Even if he's playing, he can't be 100%. They got
is CeeDee
a plan for out
to the level where could he be the number one on another team? Are there any teams in this league he could be a number one, or is he just a really high end number two?
No, he could be a number one.
He's got
CeeDee gonna learn. CeeDee, he's gonna learn. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be forced to learn. Because this coaching staff is unlike the other coaching staff where you don't get to just lollygag and play around. You're going to have to learn here. I think they'll do something else. You agree or disagree, Jess?
No, I think I think having Amari Cooper next to you kind of pushes that and kind of accelerates that learning curve. Because, I mean, we saw a little bit in Hard Knocks. He's kind of like asking, like, hey, on that release, what you do? And I just truly believe CeeDee, like Micah Parsons, is one of those kids who just want to get better. Right? They're just around ball. They want to get better. They have the work ethic to get better. So they're going to take every necessary step to get better, to improve their game, whether that's on the field, in the film room. They just want to get better.
Is there a lot of taking that step from number 2 to number 1, even if it's for a game or two? Does that come with a lot of extra pressure?
Yep.
Let me give you some, since Kurt's fallen down on the job, we got him on here for one thing. And he's all of a sudden this season he's become talkative for some reason and quit giving us stats. Let me give you some stats on CeeDee, okay? This is from our wonderful PR department. Dave Abruzzi sends these out every week. Just joking with you, Kurt. You know.
Yeah, right.
Hey, look at Danny McCray out there in the hall. Come on in, Danny.
Come on in, Danny. You can see how the greats work.
Look at that shirt. Look at that shirt. Come on in.
You can see how the greats work. Come on in.
Let me give you some CeeDee stats before we take a break and get Danny in here. CeeDee Lamb has reeled in 4 passes of 20-plus yards in the first 2 games of the 2021 season. He's tied for second in the NFL behind Tyreek Hill, which has 5. CeeDee can become the fastest player in Cowboys history to reach 100 career receptions if he records 11 catches by Week 13 at New Orleans. That's a done deal. Jason Witten holds that with the record at 28 games. And CeeDee is tied for 5th in the NFL with 15 receptions through the first 2 weeks. With 10 receptions against the Eagles, he would have the most catches through the first 3 games of a season in team history. So he's off to a hell of a start.
He gets 10 catches.
A lot of that is ability. A lot of that is to deal with. A lot of that is not having to deal with the pressures of being the number 1.
Mm-hmm.
You line up in the slot. You got a much more open field to deal with. There's a level of pressure when you have to be the number 1, and Amari understands that and he does that job very well. And CeeDee just he reaps the benefits of being the number 2.
And let me explain that. See, a lot of people think, oh man,
I see you,
a lot of that ain't mental pressure. A lot of that is you gain an extra man.
Yeah.
See, that's the pressure you're talking about, is that physical pressure that comes first. Now you got to figure it out mentally. See, a lot of people, he's the number 1. It's a lot you go through.
Yeah.
Because even when you're number 1, and now this team is different, but you got to understand, there's some teams that has a number 1, and he moves all around the field. He stayed number 1 at all times, and they're going to throw him the ball as a number 1. Whereas a lot of times we'll say, okay, he's double teamed, and we'll get away from our number 1. And that's what we hate sometimes with Coop is we take him out of the game. We don't let him see, can he beat the double team sometime. McCray, wow, glad to see you, man. I feel your presence.
We're going.
I want to get, as a defensive guy, how would you? I mean,
welcome to the show, by the way, Danny McCray.
Danny
McCray.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And the next time you walk up in here without all of us a shirt, you will not survive. I'm letting you know that.
Does it feel good to be around greatness? Like how does it? Like when you walked in? Like when you walked in, did it feel good to be like?
Daddy, what you gonna do?
Like, damn, this is how a number 1 show works.
Oh, a show? I thought you meant like just greatness and like what you might be doing. I saw you do your workout videos or some stuff like that.
Yeah, that was you like.
But you
those.
mean like because y'all are officially like the number 2 podcast because
Oh.
you know what I'm saying, we're up and coming, we're new, but the number we creeping up on y'all, bro. It's okay.
We are 2 things there. We're the fastest growing podcast, and we're the most searched on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
I'm not letting go of that YouTube thing.
YouTube.
Yeah, that's the wave.
Well, it's great to be here though, man. Y'all do have a great show. I'm sorry.
Y'all do too, man.
Want to give you a hard time.
Like
Thanks,
Jesse.
Jesse.
Went on the attack.
Right out of the gate.
I know.
The gate,
man. He didn't let me get comfortable. I thought he was going to say something about my shirt or something. How does it feel to be on the show? Greatness. All right.
Now, we're going to give you a segment after this.
You've known Jesse long enough to know there's 2 things he likes: free stuff and to talk about himself.
I saw my man on Twitter when the documentary came out. Well, hey, you had that thing flowing.
Listen, who going to promote me better than me?
Absolutely.
Look who's promoting himself. Team Danny. Do you care?
they're gonna be on sale too. Don't worry.
You see this?
Where I get one? Where?
Don't worry. You don't got to buy yours. All right. You don't got to buy yours.
Listen, if it's
Jesse got to buy you.
I'll buy two. I'll support.
I know. Jesse, with the Christmas thing,
I'm gonna support.
Jesse gives back. Man.
Nate's not gonna be the one that's not gonna be able to get online and get it. He's gonna be the one that's gonna be like, hey, just bring me one. I'll give you the cash.
He gonna be like, I'm gonna give you my wife's phone number. Tell her where I get one of these.
Man, you not tech savvy, man.
Nah, man. Nah, unless it's to Jesse, because he want Jesse like anything that, with tweets and likes and stuff like that.
Before we go to break, Kurt, what was your question for
we were just talking about, Lamb going that pressure from number one to number two as an offensive guy. It's a defensive guy knowing that Amari, you're number one, you're facing, he might not be out. Does that change? I mean, are you thinking, God, we got this? Or, guy like Lamb, borderline number one.
Listen, because before the season started and I was hearing about how good of a camp CeeDee Lamb had, I was under the impression that he may be overtaking that number one position spot sometime throughout this season. So I think this is his opportunity. Also, Kellen Moore, like Nate said, he's not one of those guys that is going to throw the ball to a guy if he's double teamed. He's going to find a way to scheme it. We saw CeeDee Lamb come out of the backfield last week. We see him in the slot. We see him in the outside. So I'm sure we'll find some creative ways to get him the ball. You won't have to see him do things like DeAndre Hopkins or Devontae Adams. It'll be more creative.
Or Amari.
Yeah, or Don't get me started.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, we're going to turn it over to Danny McCray. The big premiere is tonight. Survivor, what season is it?
41.
Survivor 41.
20 plus years of Survivor is going on.
That is
so you ain't gonna be naked? You ain't gonna be
wrong show, Nate.
Okay. Wrong show. My wife would not sign off on that.
Okay. We'll talk about the confusion. How many people think he's going to be on Naked and Afraid as opposed to Survivor? What the show is like. We're not even real sure what he can and can't talk about, but we do know he's got to shut it down once the show airs tonight. So we might be one of the last people to get to talk to him about the show, and we'll do all that and much more when we come back on the number one searched podcast on the Dallas Cowboys Podcast Network on YouTube. Thank you. Hanging with the Boys.
Thank you.
Honey, big news.
Gary, are you okay?
Oh, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm Jackie Flash.
What?
See, I want the latest smartphone, but the best deals are only for new customers. So to get a new customer deal, I changed my name to Jackie Flash.
Okay, but the best smartphone deals at AT&T are for everyone, new and existing customers.
That's huge. Then guess who's getting a deal?
Is it Jackie Flash?
Jackie Flash.
It's not complicated. At AT&T, our best smartphone deals are for everyone. Restrictions apply. Visit att.com for details.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
How great would it be to travel to watch the Cowboys win on another team's turf? Pretty great. But honestly, just watching the game from anywhere but your house would be fun. Even a hotel bar with some guy named Phil from St. Louis who thinks Oakland still has a team. So whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the show. Last segment, joined by Danny McCray. But before we get to Danny, DCU, get the ultimate fan experience for the ultimate Cowboys fan. Join Dallas Cowboys United, presented by Globe Life, starting at just $20. Join now and get your fan club pack, exclusive benefits, and more. Visit DallasCowboys.com/United for details and join today. And Danny, before we get into Survivor talk, what's going on with youth camps these days?
Youth camps, man. First of all, youth camps are over, but we did have our best summer ever. All youth camps were sold out. Yes.
That was all because you're running them, right?
No, that's because we have a great team around us, and everybody loves the Cowboys. COVID was going on, so I imagine that a lot of parents want to get some of those kids out of the house doing something. So I'm sure that helped as well.
He wasn't running it because he was on Survivor for like 3 months.
See, shows what he knows. Okay, camp started in June. I was back in May, so I was here for every single camp. I was here for every single camp, but it was great. It was great to see the kids back out. They were excited to be there, and we got 2 camps coming up in December, holiday camps.
Where can they sign up for those?
They can sign up at DallasCowboys.com/academy.
And your kid can hang out with the superstar.
Who? Oh, are you gonna come to camp?
You never invited me.
Are you saying you coming to camp?
I have never
get invited.
You know what? Me and Kurt are surrounded by,
I will say,
reality show
royalty.
Superstars. You, Nate, you were the Turk on Jesse's show. Yeah. You're on Survivor now, and me and Kurt are just sitting here going, man, why?
You guys just balanced the room out.
I'm just happy to be in the room.
Y'all balanced the room out.
Just happy to be in the room.
To some extent, this is a reality TV show.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
y'all eat chicken wings on here. RV time outside. Y'all shoot.
Hate us because they ain't us, man. Peanut butter and jealous.
Thank you for watching.
I wanted y'all to put y'all sponsorship up for like a pink slip for this fastest podcast.
Yeah, they want our sponsor.
Yeah, so
for Wingstop?
No. We ain't giving that up.
Y'all can take Hotels.com. We take Wingstop.
We will fight you.
Shout out to Hotels.com. No,
we love Hotels.com, but we love Wingstop.
But I ain't staying in that many hotels.
I can use you Hotels.com. I can use
Stop it, Dave. Mic off.
I travel a lot, baby. I put in over $60,000 a year. I can use y'all.
Mic off. All right. Danny, how did this happen? Did you apply? Did somebody reach out? How did you wind up on this show?
Yeah, look, so like we know, once you retire, once football's over, you realize that the friends that don't play football have normal jobs, 9 to 5, right? So I moved back home. Except church. So I moved back home to Houston, and most of my friends in Houston are just, they have their jobs. They don't play football. So I'm sitting at home, all day by myself, right? Trying to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. So I get on the streaming service. I see Survivor, season 15. I click on it, watch the first episode, and I'm like, man, this is super dope. And I literally continued to watch that for about a month.
Binge watch
20
Survivor?
seasons. 20 seasons and probably about, I would say about a month, because I took the weekends off to hang out with the wife and stuff. But yeah, 20 seasons. And then the last season, I was watching it, and the preview for the next season was coming up. And I saw Alan Ball as a contestant on the show. So I texted him. I'm like, how was it, XYZ? And I seen how he
Alan
did.
That used to play
Alan
here.
Ball, my former teammate.
Yeah.
And text him, asked him how it was. And at that point, I was like, I got to try this. I got to try it.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife gave me the okay after I got married. And after I got married.
Locked him up before he went on an island with a bunch of women.
Yeah. She wasn't trying to hit nothing about me being gone for 2-3 months at a time, on the road doing all that stuff. So we got married, and she was like, all right, yeah, let's get it done. So I applied. She made the video for me. They called me back, asked me to come to L.A. I did the full audition process for a week. And then about a month later, like, all right, you made the show.
What's the full audition? Do they put you through a mini Survivor? I mean, how do you audition?
Nah, so the thing is, they want to make sure that you're a likable person, somebody that's going to be interesting enough on TV to have a story, right? They want to make sure you got a story.
And you made it?
I did make it.
And then next and foremost, you make sure the first thing don't kill you with a heart attack.
yeah, we did. Yeah, well, we did all that at home. You got to go through like physicals and stress tests and echo and do all that. Yeah.
Did they keep you guys in a hotel for 7 days away from everybody?
Yeah, so you can't talk to anybody. You can't you're literally by yourself. You can't talk to anybody else that's there.
So I'm curious to know, because when we did 4th and Long, we were same thing. We're in LA. We're in these hotels. You're by yourself. And then they will call you down to like a random room. They call you down to a room, and there'll be like 3 or 4 chairs in there and a camera. And then you'll sit down, and then someone else will come through the door, and then they'll sit down. And then you'll hear like this voice. It sounds like it's God. And they'll go something. For me, they'll be like, it was 3 of us in there. And they'll go, who's the best wide receiver in this room? So now I'm sitting there. These 2 complete strangers are sitting there, and we're looking around, and I'm like, I am. And then they're like, so Kurt, you think Jesse's the best receiver in this room? And so now they're like, so was it like that, or you just
Nah, so with us it was because they don't want you to see each other. They don't want you to know who the other person is, right? Okay. So when we went into the room, I would say it was probably like 20 people in there. Okay. And they're like, tell us your story. Like, tell us about you, right? And they want to see if one of you able to speak well enough to be on camera. If your story is if your story is interesting enough, and if you're a true fan, right? They don't want guys on there or people on there who aren't true fans of the show, and they go on there, they have no idea.
So much for boredom for you.
So much.
Boredom got you on the show.
Boredom. No. Boredom didn't get me on the show. It was the idle mind, that you don't want to start floating in places that it doesn't need to be, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So not boredom. It was a lot of stuff to be out there doing, but right. I found Survivor to save me a little bit in that.
Man, that's so awesome. What? I don't know what all you can. What are you laughing at, Nate?
So
Stop.
on your because I gotta say
it's not Naked and Afraid. How about that? I feel like he's imagining like Naked and Afraid, people out there naked and all that stuff.
Shannon is always teasing Jesse. Somehow, some way, he gets it spent back to him. So
he just looked at.
When we did 4th and long, they put me in.
Why you messing with you like
That's
that,
how
bro?
They do me. That's how they do me.
Hey, listen, wait. One big thing though. One big thing. If you're listening,
hold on, how big is it?
That ain't big. That ain't big.
Hey,
not on this show. You on the wrong show.
It depends on if you talking about a stack of money, or are we talking? No. I meant to do this once. The finger's been on accident. One big thing. If you're listening to this and you don't watch Survivor, or you've been a fan of Survivor, this is a huge season because this is the first time that it's been mandated that 50% of the cast will have to be people of color. So this will be the most diverse season that you've ever seen. I believe there are 6 African Americans on this season.
Blacks.
You've never seen it. We have people from Canada, 20-year-olds. We got Asians. LGBTQ community is on there. So it'll be really interesting to watch.
I don't know numbers and letters.
Stop. We don't want that. Trust me.
I don't
play around with the LGBTQ community.
I don't know. Tell me when it's over there, because I didn't understand what he just said.
Gotcha.
Tell me when the show over with. For real.
We'll Google it for you.
But yeah, so like I said, you'll watch everybody. I think a lot more people will be able to see themselves represented on this season. I think that'll be great for the show.
Yeah. Let me ask, like Jesse was saying, the 4th and long, they wore them out. It was harder than anything they'd ever done. How was it being on Survivor compared to, like, you're fighting for a job on training camp, you're fighting to win Survivor. How was that compared to?
I will say this: it was tougher in the NFL because that's your livelihood, right? That's your career. That's you not knowing what you're going to do next. So that was like an everyday thing, and it was 6 years. Survivor is tough because you got these people, in your face, like, hey, me and Jesse, we cool, right? And then Jesse leave and go behind this window right here and is like, I'm finna vote his ass out there. Like, I can't stand this dude, right? So you have to like be able to deal with mind games and manipulation out there. So it's more mental than it is physical. Physical is tough, but that mental part is the hardest.
That's a shame.
Did you form like any relationships that went on past the show? Do you stay in touch with anybody? Are you allowed to talk about that?
What I can say is there were some really, really good people on the show that I keep in contact with. Can't say who, just because that would probably give away something.
Yeah.
I know the show is not Naked and Afraid. We'll remind that. But on your promo that you've put out.
Here we go. Let's go. Where are we going with this?
No, you're standing there without a shirt on.
Without a shirt. It keeps showing up on my timeline.
All the time.
And I'm like, this makes me uncomfortable because I work with this man, and
But why didn't you shave the taco meat off your chest?
Yeah. See, that's not me though. Do you see me? You see this? You see that?
I mean, me too.
You see the bottom?
Me too.
Yeah, I got it. I'm that guy.
But me too. But I still do. I still do the male grooming.
My man.
Never heard taco meat.
You didn't heard that?
It's Survivor, bro.
Yeah. Why you?
I'm on a stranded island.
But before you left,
huh? Well, I said, why would I go out there and get all cute and pretty? I'm going to get on the island.
But see my work, man.
The hair not done.
You gonna be on TV?
You know, actually, the wife actually enjoys that, right? So I mean, it's really up to her.
Say less.
Hey man, I'm about to cut. No, don't cut it. Don't cut it. I'm about to shave my beard. Don't cut. She don't like that. That's what she enjoys.
Don't shave your beard.
And she actually runs my social media, so she's the one who keeps posting that picture.
I came to Danny one day and I'm like, hey man, I pulled him to the side and I said, Danny, I said, you ain't got to tell nobody. You don't have to tell me nothing. I know you got confidentiality clause, but I know you won the show. I know you won. He goes, how you know? I said, because you used to hate social media, and all of a sudden your social media went from here to here. And he goes, my wife runs my social media. I'm like, all right.
Let me tell you something. She's smart. The T-shirts, her idea. You know what I'm saying? That's why we go to. Oh yeah, she's building it. She's building mine and hers at the same time. She's great. I'm glad I'm married to her.
Elevating the household.
Absolutely.
So, and we know all the producers are listening to this of Survivor. If y'all ever got a spot, we don't have to just talk about football. This crew right here, we can do comedy.
Whoa!
We can do comedy.
I got my own. We got a podcast that's after this one. So, you know, if they're going to reach out to anybody.
I'm just letting them know. We got a lot of personality
unless y'all trying to recruit me to be, one of the boys.
No, we're good. You know how it is.
If all the shows get together and you have Survivor, who's the first one voted off?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Oh, that's a gay.
Mickey.
Wait, of all the shows that were searched on YouTube.
Yeah.
How about that? All the searches.
Let's say from Hangin, Talking, The Break, and y'all show. Players Lounge.
First person voted off.
First person voted off.
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
Man,
you gotta.
Nate don't even want to be out there. So Nate's getting voted off. He's like, hey, send me home.
Are you binge watching Survivor now? Or you
No. I'm watching the Philadelphia Eagles.
All right, so the answer is Nate. So I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. Y'all can get me off. Then y'all can get Mickey after that, and then we'll be good. Just sitting up watching y'all.
All right, last question. I know we're running a little bit late, but everybody asked one more question, Dave. My question is, did you have a strategy going in, or did you just go and say, whatever happens, and I'll figure it out?
It was both. I had a strategy of not letting anybody know that I was a former NFL player, because that usually gets you voted off. People usually assume that you made all the money that you need, so you don't really deserve it. So that was one big. It's horrible. Man. It's horrible, man. But that's how they do you. That's how they do you.
Nate, do you have a parting question for
he want to ask about the Eagles.
He's going to watch. So when you look at the Eagles, man, nah, man, just give me my shirt.
Nate, let me tell you, I'm gonna get you the shirt. You got to wear the shirt, bro.
I'm gonna wear the shirt. Because we'll all pick a day that we'll all
give us shirts and we'll wear them on them. You know what? We'll wear them every Wednesday.
See how they just finesse me?
No, we're not gonna wear them every Wednesday.
We're not.
We're not gonna wear them every Wednesday?
See, I mean, you might as well throw it on.
Every Wednesday?
The show come on every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
I promise you, we won't be able to remember to put it on every Wednesday.
Just leave them right there on the chair. You only gonna have them on for 45 minutes.
Because ain't nobody can be able to fit mine, so I'm down with that.
Every Wednesday.
Put them on the chair.
As long as Danny's on the show, we wear them every Wednesday.
Deal.
You get a shirt.
Yeah, because you might next Wednesday you might.
That's why Danny trying to sell now. Buy all the shirts now. Because after a week, I might not be as popular.
Kurt, last question for Danny.
So, you're how long? Show's another 2 or 3 months, whatever.
Yeah, probably over in December.
How hard is it keeping this secret here? I know everybody's asking you.
You know what? I think it's gonna be easier now that the show's actually about to come on, and people are gonna be able to see like where it's headed and where it may not be headed.
And you can just say, watch the show.
Yeah, I could just say, watch it now. At first, it was like, man, I still got 2-3 months before anything. So
let's get your beautiful wife's name, because you've pubbed her hard. So let's get her beautiful name.
Oh, Kiki. K-I. Kiki, do you love me? That's her government name.
But are you nervous about seeing yourself on TV? Like, I know you watch yourself on film, but you've never seen yourself in this type of.
Just a little. I don't believe that I did anything like outlandish and crazy that I'll be like.
But you know how they can cut it up and make you sound any kind of way.
Editing process.
That's the thing. I know myself well enough, hopefully, unless I got amnesia. I'm not nervous in that aspect. More of like. What the hell were them people saying about me behind the camera, right?
Yeah.
Like if I think I was doing bad, do they think I was doing worse? Or if I think I was doing good, well, they right back there like, this dude has no idea what the hell he doing. So I think that's one of the
all those
things.
people you still talk to, you might be like,
we ain't good. We're no longer friends.
Left on red.
So the show's tonight. What time, Danny?
7:00. This will be a 2-hour season premiere.
Let's go.
Yeah, so 7:00 on CBS.
All right, Danny. Thank you for joining the show.
I'll be at home watching it. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you was busy.
At home watching it at the crib because I'll be busy.
Thanks for being here. Jesse, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, and I'm
Nate,
finna get
thanks for
educated
bringing
when
it.
we leave off the show.
We gotta
educate. Yeah.
Chris,
I got to be educated.
Thanks for
I need to
keeping
be
us on the
educated, bro.
airwaves. William, thanks for the live streams, keeping them up. And we will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. The most searched show on YouTube on the Dallas Cowboys Podcast Network. This has been.
He gonna be butt naked.
Hanging with the boys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?